Hello and welcome to Dish with Dash. I'm Dash, and today I'm going to be ranking all the Xenoblade games, except for Xenoblade X because I have not played that game. But anyway, make sure to subscribe, and let's get ranking. At the number 6 spot, we have my least favorite Xenoblade game, if you could even call it that, which is Xenoblade Chronicles Future Connected. Future Connected's it's a bit of a weird one. You know, you got new mechanics that you don't see in any of the other games, like the Pawn Specters, and you also have a kind of strange story that doesn't really tie in with anything until Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed. So yeah, let's talk about it. So in this game, they reuse all the characters. You get no new characters. They're just, well, like Kino and Nene are just reskins of Ryan and Charlotte. And also, you know, you have Melly and Shulk, except Shulk's worse because he doesn't have visions anymore. So that's great. And also, the story is fine. I think it's a fine, you know, kind of wrap-up to Melly's story. But it's nothing special, and the Fog King isn't really a great villain. It's probably the worst villain in the series, honestly. So, you know, it's fine overall. The new kind of combat system they have with the Pawn Specters is kind of cool. I kind of like it. But it's definitely nowhere near as good as the first game or the future games in the series. So yeah, I sadly will have to rank it at the number 6 spot. At the number 5 spot, we have Xenoblade Chronicles 1. Now, I know what everyone's going to say. They're going to be coming at me in the comments saying, you know, this is the best game ever made. I know, you can argue with me in the comments if you want. But I kinda don't like this game. I'm sorry. I think the story is a bit weaker than some of the others in the series, and the combat system for me is really not my favorite. Like, it's very different compared to the other games in the series. I'm not a huge fan of how it works. I honestly really prefer, you know, being able to attack and build up arts instead of just having to wait there. And the chain attacks in this game, I'd honestly say, are the worst in the series. They just don't feel that satisfying, and they're kind of luck-based because you just have to hope you get the button press so you can keep the chain attack going instead of there being an actual way to increase it based off skill, like in 2, where you have the elemental orbs, or in 3, like how you can use hero orders and other things to extend the chain attack. Also, this game, I think the characters are a bit weaker than other games. Like, some characters just don't get enough, like, background story. And I wish, you know, I wish there was more story to the world in this game. Because you don't really hear too much about the giants, for example. You don't know too much about them. And there's also, like, there's a few mysteries, like, what happened to the other colonies? Because there's just Colony 9 and 6 in this game. So we don't know, but anyway, it's a fine game. Like, it's definitely very good, but it's definitely probably my least favorite main game in the series. So I will sadly have to rank it at the number 5 spot. At the number 4 spot, we have Xenoblade Chronicles 2: Torna the Golden Country. Now, this game is very, very good. I love the combat. I love the story. There's just one issue with it that is really bringing it down on the list, which is how many stupid side quests you have to do. Because in this game, you have to do, like, over 50 side quests if you want to keep going through the story. Like, there's no actual story missions. Well, there's a few, but you mainly just have to go through side quests to unlock the next area, which is definitely not the most fun thing to do, I'll tell you that. Although a lot of this game is great because, like, the combat system is great. I think it is a little worse than Xenoblade Chronicles 2, like the main game, but it is very good. It's very fast. It's fun, and all the super bosses are great. And I feel like it's a really nice DLC that they added on to Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And if it weren't for those side quests, I feel like this game might be maybe number 2 on the list. But those side quests, they really slow the game down. And honestly, I feel like they could have added a bit more story just about, you know, maybe flesh eaters and how they were made. But it's fine. Like, I still love this game. and I will be ranking it at the number 4 spot. At the number 3 spot, we have Xenoblade Chronicles 3, a really great game that has great combat. It's got a great world to explore, great side quests, great characters to unlock, pretty great story, I'd say. Actually, I'd say the story, for as good as it is, has some major issues, which is dragging it down on the list here. So the main issue I have with the story is how confusing it can get. Like, does anyone really understand how Origin works in this game? Because if you do, please explain it to me in the comments. But Origin is so weird. Like, it's like kind of got its own Trinity processor, but it's also, it's got Logos' core in there, and like, how does that even work? Because Logos' core was destroyed. We don't even know how that comes back to life or whatever, but I don't know. It's a whole other thing. Maybe I'll save that for another video, but it is really great. Like, the story has some really good moments, mainly in Chapter 5. Chapter 5 is probably where the story peaks, which is a little weird, because for the other games, like any other game in the series, I'd say the ending of the story is probably the best part. So it's a little weird how it peaks in Chapter 5, and then it kind of goes down, and it goes back up at the ending. So, yeah, but, yeah, Chapter 5, fantastic. But, yeah, I don't know, combat's really good, too. And all the heroes you get to unlock, that's a lot of fun, and I don't know, just a lot of new systems they add in this game that were really great, like switching between classes and also leveling up colonies. So it was a fantastic game. But there were 2 other games in the series I liked just a bit more. At the number 2 spot, we have my second favorite game in the Xenoblade Chronicles franchise, which is Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Future Redeemed. Future Redeemed is fantastic, let me tell you that. It's got such good combat. Like, I'd say it's better than 3's combat, which is a combat system I really liked. But it kind of simplifies it and makes it a lot easier to, get upgrades, and it feels a lot more rewarding. Also, the affinity chart system is fantastic, and how it rewards you with affinity points for exploring the world is also a great idea. Sort of reminds me of other games like Tears of the Kingdom, where exploring really rewards you. And also, the story is very good. Sort of has a similar issue to Xenoblade 3, where it can get very confusing at times, especially towards the end, with how Alvis works and how Origin works again, and also how Numa's core crystals inside Matthew's blade, or not blade, I mean gloves. And yeah, it's a little bit of a weird story, but it is a fantastic game. Also, the music, woo! The music in this game is great. You got songs like Future Awaits, which is the ending theme, and then the Aurora Shelf theme is fantastic. Also, might be the best main theme in the series, or not main theme, but like what's it called, like overworld theme in the series. And yeah, it's a fantastic game. Also, the characters are really great. It's really cool how you get to see, you get to see Rex again, you get to see Shulk again. You got new characters like Matthew and A, which are really good, and it's just a great game. But however, there is one game that I just love so much, and I cannot wait to tell you about it. At the number 1 spot, we have my favorite game in the Xenoblade series, which is, of course, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. This game has it all. A great story, great characters, great everything. It's got a great combat system. It's so good. And let's first talk about the story. The story is fantastic. You start off Salvager, just in the middle of the Cloud Sea, and you eventually have to, you gotta climb up the world tree. And then at the end, the best part, in my opinion, is that you get nothing. That's it. That's at the end. You're rewarded with nothing. It's fantastic. It's like, it's life changing. Like, you're so surprised by it. It's at Elysium, there's just nothing. And then at the end of the game, Pyra and Mithra sacrifice themselves. And in my opinion, I know this is a bit of a controversial topic, but I believe that they lost their memories in the end, because just by the way Rex reacts and stuff, but I think that's probably the best ending, and it just honestly makes the ending song, One Last You, even more impactful for me. And also the music in this game, my favorite in the series by far. It's so good. One Last You, Drifting Soul, great songs. Actually, One Last You is my favorite song of all time. Songs like Counterattack are also great. Moradane's great. Tantal's theme is great. So many great tracks. Also, what's it called? Like After Despair and Hope, the final boss theme is fantastic. Then there's the combat, which, you know, one issue is the tutorials explain nothing to you. Like, they're awful at explaining. But if you just watch a guide on YouTube, yeah, the combat, it gets amazing, you know. So many cool combinations you can do with drivers and blades. And there's so many just awesome arts and awesome arts, yeah. And, like, there's so many cool things you can do. And also, Tora's blade is really, it's challenging to level up because you just gotta grind Tiger. But once you do, you know, like Poppy Cutie Pie can become the best blade in the whole game, and it's great. It's a fantastic combat system, and it feels rewarding if you get good at it. And then there's the blade gacha system, which I get some people don't like, but I honestly don't think it's that bad. Also, there are ways to, you know, grind legendary core crystals and other core crystals, so it makes that a lot easier. And you can get more boosters, which help your chances. So overall, my favorite game. Well, not of all time, but favorite Xenoblade game in the series. It's got it all. It is Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Go play it if you haven't. It's the best selling game in the series. Well, thanks for watching my ranking. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out the video right here up on screen. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.